Toddler found alone in field 10 miles from family's home after tornado. A hospital spokeswoman says a 2-year-old girl found alive in an Indiana field after violent storms is the sole survivor of her immediate family. Sis Grubel is a spokeswoman for Kosser Children's Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky. She said Saturday that the girl's mother, father, 2-month-old sister, and 3-year-old brother all died Friday when the storm devastated southern Indiana. Grubel says the toddler is in critical condition. She will not identify the child and says she could not provide details on the child's ordeal. She says extended family members are at the hospital with the child. Melissa Richardson, a spokeswoman for the hospital in Salem, Indiana, where the child was first taken, said the child's family is from New Peking, Indiana, and she was found near her home. Officials at the hospital where the girl was first taken said Saturday that authorities were still trying to figure out how she ended up in the field alone. Richardson says the child's family is from New Peking, Indiana, about 10 miles south of where the child was found. A string of violent storms demolished small towns in Indiana and cut off rural communities in Kentucky as the early season tornado outbreak killed more than 30 people, and the death toll rose as daylight broke on Saturday's search for survivors. Massive thunderstorms predicted by forecasters for days threw off dozens of tornadoes as they raced Friday from the Gulf Coast to the Great Lakes. Twisters crushed blocks of homes, knocked out cell phones and landlines, ripped power lines from broken poles, and tossed cars, school buses, and tractor trailers onto roads made impassable by debris. Weather that put millions of people at risk killed at least 32 in 4 states, Alabama, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. But both the scale of the devastation and the breadth of the storms made an immediate assessment of the havoc's full extent all but impossible. In Kentucky, the National Guard and state police headed out to search wreckage for an unknown number of missing. In Indiana, authorities searched dark county roads connecting rural communities that officials said are completely gone. In Henryville, the birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken founder Colonel Harlan Sanders, volunteers pushed shopping carts full of water and food down littered streets, handing supplies to anyone in need. Hundreds of firefighters and police zipped around town where few recognizable structures remain. All of Henryville's schools were destroyed. Wind had blown out the windows of the Henryville Community Presbyterian Church and gutted the building. "It's all gone," said Andy Bell, who was guarding a friend's demolished service garage, not far from where a school bus stuck out from the side of a restaurant in a parking lot, where a small classroom chair jutted from a car window. "It was beautiful," he said, looking around the town of about 2,000 north of Louisville, Kentucky, "and now it's just gone. I mean, gone." Susie Renner, 54, says she saw 2 tornadoes barreling down on Henryville within minutes of each other. The first was brown from being filled with debris. The second was black. "I'm a storm chaser," Renner said, "and I would have never been this frightened before." Friday's tornado outbreak came 2 days after an earlier round of storms killed 13 people in the Midwest and South. And forecasters at the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center had said the day would be one of a handful this year that warranted its high-risk level. By 10 p.m., the Weather Service had issued 269 tornado warnings. Only 189 warnings were issued in all of February.